Welcome back to my series of Harry Potter reviews. I have had a great time talking about the Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, and now we're moving into the film that proved that the third movies and franchises aren't always the worst. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Chris Columbus decided not to direct this movie and was replaced with Alfonso Cuarón, who made a beautiful, gorgeous film. Almost every shot in this movie is dripping with gorgeous scenery and fantastic lighting. So in Harry Potter's third year, he's getting to that point where he's no longer taking crap from people. His horrible guardians are used to smacking him if he so much as even talks a little bit, and in this film he decides, nuh-uh. No more of that shit. In a very entertaining sequence, he turns an incredibly annoying woman visiting his house into a giant fat balloon, and he leaves. And when Harry is walking through this very deserted area in the middle of the night, I instantly realized this film is going to be better than the last two just on the merits of the editing alone. This is a very suspensefully edited film, which leads us to an absurdly fun sequence on the night bus. So this movie's story surrounds the character of Sirius Black, played by Gary Oldman. He is a prisoner in Azkaban prison, and Harry learns that Sirius Black just might be the person that betrayed his parents, getting them murdered by Voldemort. All the while, these cloaked beings called Dementors are invading the world of Hogwarts, looking for Sirius Black, causing a serious stir amongst all of the students and faculty. Something Alfonso Cuarón brought to this movie was a layer of richness that the previous two films didn't have. There are so many small moments in this film that build this world, that add a level of magic and fantasy to it. Like this woman opening a door and whatever is inside of it just screaming, and she's like, nope, not today. Or when Harry and his buddies eat beans that allow them to make noises like various animals. Or the fantastic hippogriff sequence where Harry is riding it along the water and it just sticks its claws into the water for a moment. These small moments are what make this movie really special. There's also a scene early on in this movie involving a hunchback that caused me to laugh so hard, I was actually ashamed. So Harry gets on this train, Hermione is there, Ron is there. It's cool to see these characters back together again, which is something I love in every single one of these movies, and that's one of the reasons these movies work so well. These characters, you feel for them, you love them, you enjoy seeing them together. That casting is just so on point. But this one instantly lets us know it's going to be slightly darker than the other two when those Dementors walk into this train. And this imagery is so gorgeous. This is such a beautifully directed movie. I can't talk enough about it. In this movie, we have Professor Lupin, who, as you know, if you've read the book or seen this movie, which you probably have, is actually a werewolf. And this is something that J.K. Rowling does a lot with her characters. She has a sort of hint in their name. Lupin, lupus, wolf, werewolf, canine, you get it. Also, something I love in this movie was seeing Hagrid actually get to teach, which is when we meet that awesome hippogriff creature, and oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. I wish this thing was real. This is one of my favorite things about the Harry Potter universe, and also one of my least favorite things about it, because there's so many great things in this world that you just love seeing and love reading in the books, and you just want it to be real, but it's not real. This thing is so cool. I want that thing as my pet. And again, like I mentioned earlier, Harry has stopped taking shit from people in this movie. He directly opposes Draco in this film, and that was lovely to see. That little snot-nosed brat getting slapped around once again. Fantastic stuff. And even better later is when Hermione stops taking shit from Draco too.
Malfoy, you okay? Let's go! Quick! Let's go! Run! Not a word to anyone, understood?
That felt good.
And again, the magic of this world is expanded with this awesome scene where Professor Lupin teaches the kids to turn things they're afraid of into something funny. Not only is that a good message for kids, but it was an extremely entertaining scene. There's also this really cool thing called the Marauders map in this movie that Harry comes across that allows him to see where anyone is walking or moving about in Hogwarts all day or night. And there's a very suspenseful scene in a hallway at night where he's positive he is about to face off with this person he's looking for that's supposedly dead. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know this guy ends up being a rat at the end. And if you listen very carefully in the hallway scene, you can actually hear a rat scurrying along in the background. It's so clever. It doesn't cheat at all. Also, the special effects in this movie have been highly improved over the first two, and it only came out 2 years after Chamber of Secrets did. The Quidditch scene has more depth in the rain. It looks very, very cool, and all of the creatures actually still hold up very well 12 years later today when I rewatched this movie. Something else I loved in this movie is that Ron and Hermione, they're arguing a lot. They're arguing slightly different than friends argue. It is definitely a couple's argument. They just don't realize it yet. This movie is also considerably more funny than the last two, like this fantastic scene that has no impact on the story, but is just meant to make our characters more rich.
Spiders, they want me to tap dance. I don't want to tap dance.
You tell those spiders, Ron.
Oh, yeah, tell.
And we finally get to meet Gary Oldman as Sirius Black, and we learn some things about his past that are extremely important to Harry's growth. This is actually someone who wants to help Harry. He's not an evil villain. This guy is wronged. He's innocent. He even offers to let Harry live with him, which if you've ever looked at Harry's guardians, you know is a pretty damn good deal. Lupin is revealed to be a werewolf. Sirius Black was in hiding as a dog throughout the entire film. These two have a battle, and this is where the film gets amazing. I absolutely love the back in time sequence. It feels so in the moment. There's something incredibly visceral about this, so important, so drastically imperative about this sequence. There's just something about the way it's edited together, acted, directed, the music from John Williams, master, that just makes it so exciting. This entire finale is so well done. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is one of the best Harry Potter movies, and I am going to give it an A. It is definitely one of my favorites of the franchise, and it marked a great change of pace for the series of Harry Potter. I love it. What do you guys think of The Prisoner of Azkaban? Look forward to my upcoming review of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. You guys are the best. Thank you so much as always for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.